The method of the way. A step enables a path with uncommon reason. Assumptions may be convenient, still commonly live beyond opinion's false finality. While lacking, create constructive outlooks to find life's next steps. While not lacking, focus on constructive outlooks to stay on path. Or loss will reign. Needs according to circumstances define desires duty.
It's not that kind of duty.
They come with living. Wants according to circumstances defines desires disease. Both these ideas share an origin in desire, but separate the path's possibilities as no care clouds, unknowns, mysteries, opportunities for knowledge. And there we go, the first page, chapter, axiom, whatever you want to call it, of the Tao Te Ching, the philosophical edition of the Tao Te Ching, where most veer off with the spiritual connotations. I created this one with the philosophical mindset because in the traditional Chinese language, you could actually decipher both. Now, because the Chinese language actually lets you have multiple definitions per character, unlike the English language where each word means something specific, people with that understanding of that knowledge have had a fuller version of the Tao Te Ching to draw from. And now, for the first time, for English readers, this philosophical edition to pair with spiritual versions that are already out there, now the English readers can now have all the sides of the Tao Te Ching, just like those who can read it in its traditional language. So don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss a single piece of this straightforward knowledge that's going to be pouring out, all here on YouTube. Don't forget to like and share. I like to think of it as like self-parenting, parenting part 2, right? You're just making yourself the best you can be at doing what you need to do. This translation does lay out everything pretty straightforward. This is the part where I'm going to kind of break down into the nuggets, like why are something we need to overcome. Well, obviously, it is very common that assumptions often lead to misunderstandings, but it's not just an assumptions about people's actions, it's also about the people themselves and you yourselves, your assumptions you hold about yourself, right? These self-limiting things that are going to stop you from either interacting with certain people or events, or even yourself. You're not going to even want to interact with yourself, which is definitely not a fun way to live your life. And to build on that train of thought, it then looks at your outlooks. Are you having uplifting or maybe unnecessary negative outlooks in your life? Because you, as someone who can control your consciousness, even when negative thoughts pop up, you gotta be able to understand the outlooks you're having and how that affects you motivation-wise and even life planning-wise. Because if you're always down in the dumps, chances are you're not gonna be thinking, strategizing about the positive things you could build towards, which is why you have to connect your desire to the right things in life. Because when you connect it to your needs, and those are simple to meet, do you have enough food? Which, in similar philosophies, it's a bowl of rice a day. That's all you need to live, right? A glass of water. Do you at least have that? Some clothes, some warmth. It's about connecting your desire to your needs, because if you connect your desire to your wants, your desires will never be met, because once you get something, you're always going to be wanting something else. That is the habit of wanting. But when you fix your desire to your needs and say, I got everything I need, right? It's a form of completion that most people don't get in life, but that the Tao Te Ching is starting with. So it's not difficult to decipher the things you should be desiring for and working towards, because when you're working towards your needs, then that is so easy an accomplishment, and then everything after that just becomes extra instead of feeling like you're lacking. And that's how you get a mindset where you feel like you're in excess. When you meet your needs and that's what your life is for, then everything else on top is the cherry on top. But if you're constantly wanting, even if you got everything you need, then you're always in a state of wanting. Like, this is a basic form of setting your mindset. Are you uplifting yourself, or are you slowing yourself down with these thought patterns, these trains of thought that may definitely naturally come in the type of world we're living in right now? Because once you understand your needs, this is an opportunity for knowledge. So there you guys have it, the very straightforward Tao Te Ching. Don't forget to subscribe. We really appreciate a share, a like, and all that goodness. You're going to want all 81 of these chapters jumbling around in your brain to make you the best you can be, without feeling like you aren't enough. Like, oh no, I can't just be Greg, I have to be the man, I have to be the alpha. Nah, unstack that nonsense from yourself. Relax, focus your desires in the right way to live a life where you feel like you're flooded with excess.